Bomb Squad, what up? Bear with me, guys. Bear with me. We here? Gotta change one thing right quick. Let's go over here. To-do list. To-do list. Alright. Bomb Squad, what's up, y'all? welcome. Welcome to the show. Man, good times right now. Good times right now. Shouts out to everybody in the chat. Welcome on a Saturday night. On a Saturday night. You in here, hit the like button if you can. Subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed. Kev B, what's happening? Let's see. Man, what up to everybody's in here, man? What's happening? Oh, you talking about the offer? It's a slap in the face. It's a slap in the face. We're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about it tonight. Look, I got mine right here. Got got mine right here. Got my offer ready to submit. Look, y'all see the title on the thumbnail. Buyout activated. Let's go. Buyout activated. What a time to be alive. What a time to be alive. Stacy 7748. I see you. I see you. Friendly neighborhood delivery driver. Union Brothers, salute. Salute. These buyouts are just a step in the plan for them to try to take us out with the 2028 contract negotiations. We are going to have to link and lock arms come 2028. All right. Marcus Smith, Bomb Squad, I see you, big dog. Nick, what's happening from SA? What's up, Nick? Holla at your boy. Marcus Smith, man, you got 35 stops left, man. You know, you being safe. I know you are. But I like to see you in service, Marcus. I like to see you in service. If you know, you know, right? Kev B, shouts out to you. Kev B say he's been paid in more in 9-5 grievances than this huge amount of money that's on this buyout offer. Okay. All right, look, I'm with it. I'm with it. You know, people are outraged. People feel insulted. We're going to deep dive here at Brick Dot Media because the media that reports stuff, surface level, is nothing deep, right? But here at Brick Dot Media, we able to get into the weeds on what's going on. We break it down from our perspective, all right? Marcus, it's Saturday night. Nick said, get your ass in. Nick said, you need to get in, Mark. Oh, man. Look, y'all, I'm not feeling the way about this. I'm not. I think it's a great thing. But we're gonna get to it. We're gonna get to it. If you were here on the last live stream, not last week, but was it last week? Yeah, it was last week. Yeah. We did a live stream when they did the webinar, when Teamsters did the webinar, we did a live stream. And that was a beautiful stream, right? A lot of us came together and express how we felt about what was going on, everything that was reported. So, you know, thank you guys, everybody who's here, who came to the live stream. That was great. But that was probably one of our best live streams, and we had technical difficulties. Your boy ran downstairs to grab the charger, and before you know it, poof, we were gone. Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on with Stacy. We gonna yeah, Marcus. Yeah, I'm not sure what's up with Stacy. I mean, Stacy, can you like give us a complete sentence or something like that. Tell us where you're from, because we got to make sure you real. If you're not, then we might have to take some action. Stacy, let us know where you're from. All right, let us know where you're from, Stacy. I'm not sure what's going on. Stacy needs to use some spaces or something. Like, I don't know. But we here on a Saturday. I know this is a weird day for us to stream, but I felt like with these large buyout letters went out yesterday or were delivered yesterday, I feel like we had to get on here and talk about it, because we see all of the media reports. We see people who actually work at UPS reporting on YouTube. We see people that's non-UPSers reporting on it, giving their opinion. But we're gonna report on it tonight. We're gonna deep dive and we're gonna give our opinion. And so, like, that's what we do. We don't shy away from the topic. And here at Bricked Out Media, we can say what we want to say. Nobody's gonna tell us what we can't say, how we can't break stuff down. We're gonna just do it, and we're gonna do it right. Pony up 214. Do I want to be a feeder driver one day? No. Like, I'm good in package. Like, I'm good in package. Um, like I tell all my friends here, the Bomb Squad. A lot of you guys know that I drove 18 wheelers before I even came to UPS, and so I got me a good dose of the 18 wheeler life before UPS. Now, I know you would say, hey, it's different than feeders. I get it. I have no problem with feeders, but I'm good in package. I do not want to go to feeders one day. Hey, but shouts out to all of the people that's in feeders. Y'all work hard. Y'all work hard. But for me, nah, that's not me. I had enough of that back in the day. Yeah. Alejandro, shouts out to you. You received a letter yesterday. Yeah, they all came yesterday, unless they got missorted. Or maybe your driver misdelivered it, you know what I mean? But for the most of us, we got it on yesterday. It came second day delivery. Y'all hit that like button if you can. Unless, like I said, it got missorted, misloaded, or misdelivered. Outside of those things, you most likely got it yesterday if you're a full-time driver in the United States. All right, so I don't know, man. I don't know if nobody backed up the Brinks truck yesterday, but you know, we'll get to it. We'll get to it. We'll get to it. We'll get to it. Let's go. Let's go, Bomb Squad. Hey, man, y'all hit the like button, man. We appreciate all the support. And I know we get a little silly sometimes, but we just want to make sure you guys are entertained as well as get the info that we're trying to provide. All right. So we appreciate all y'all for being here. Hit the like button, hit the share button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. And let's get started. Bricked Out Media, we up. And we are live.
Breakdown meeting.
We live on a Saturday night.
Breakdown meeting.
Yeah. What up, Bomb Squad? It's a pleasure to be in front of you guys on a Saturday, man. This week flew by. The news cycle this week was boom here, boom there, maybe this, maybe that. Here we go. Now we got these buyouts. Oh, Kel B, if I'm going to accept the offer live, man, look, I got my paperwork right here. You know what I'm saying? Am I going to accept the offer live? I have some plans, but we'll answer that later. We'll answer that a little later. We'll get there. We'll get there. We'll get there. But I'm going to give my thoughts on the offers and some emails and some messages I got on the channel. Some very, very insightful insight, for the lack of better words. And I like it. I like the diversity of opinions. I really appreciate that. And we're gonna get to it. But first, we're gonna rewind about almost 2 weeks, right? And mainstream media, they reported on this, and I just want to show you guys Well, first, yeah. I just want to show you guys what I seen. Man, did I fix this right? Hold on, give me a second, guys. Give me a second. My apologies. Give me a second. Did I fix this right? Let's see. I'm not sure if I prepared this right. Let's see. Brian Ferris, shouts out to you. Just clocked out. Okay. All right. Let me see if this will play for me. Got this, got this, got this. All right, y'all. So I didn't really load what I needed to load, but that's cool. But all I'm gonna say is this: when the mainstream media hit this story, as far as the buyouts, when it was released about 2 weeks ago, details were sketchy, very vague, and everybody said the same thing. Everybody said, "Oh, in 117 years history, this is the first time UPS is offering buyouts." You change the channel, you go to another news channel, and they're saying the same thing. It's almost as if all of these news channels are reading from a script, and they were saying the same exact thing. So I just thought that was interesting because I'm like, well, do they share the story? I'm sure they do, but at the same time, it's like they're all saying the same thing. So it's just like no one's unique. No one's adding their own spin. It's all the same little scripted storylines. Oh, for the first time in history. And I'm like, okay, this is a little boring because I watched about 12 to 20 videos from different news channels and they all said the same thing. And that's what separates Bricked Out Media from all of the mainstream media because, yes, they're going to report it. They got the information on their desk. They look at it. They're not attached to anything. They just have to let you know in general what's going on. So people are going to actually have more questions. Just like on the webinar last week, people actually had more questions and answers when it was over. But when you see the story, people actually have more questions than answers, and people are actually more confused than before they even turn the story on in the first place. And so that's what separates us from mainstream media. We're on the inside, we see the day to day, we deep dive, we look at the analytics, we look at the financials, we look at all of that. I work for you guys and I go and do the work and I come back and report and I also give my opinion. And sometimes people don't like my opinion, which is great. We cool with that, but we all have an opinion, and I feel like I look at the I look at the information, I analyze it, and I give my opinion. You know, sometimes people don't like it, sometimes people do. I don't really care either way, but just thanks for listening and thanks for watching, thanks for tuning in, and thanks for letting somebody know, hey, this is what's going on at Brick Dot Media. You should tune in, or if you don't want to tune in and share with somebody else, that's fine too. But I always appreciate everybody for being here and giving me input. All right. Yeah, Jude, shouts out to you. Happy Saturday. Yeah, man, Saturday. We don't usually stream on Saturday, but hey, we had to get on this because man, these big paycheck letters, like I said, they hit yesterday, so we gotta talk about it. Okay, here we go. My apologies. What I had loaded for you guys, I didn't load it right. So look, we trying to get away from all these technical difficulties. We started having some a couple weeks ago, but we trying to get away from that. I try to be as prepared as possible. Hey, thank you guys for the likes. We appreciate it. But yeah, man, we try to do our best here. All right. So KLB say, is this your motivation for creating this channel? You had more questions than answers, so you made a channel to dive into that. No, No, this channel was actually created in 2023. This so happens to be the story right now. But we already had this channel going. This channel is going on 2 years old. In fact, next month it'll be 2 years old. Shouts out to Nick. You on vacation again, Nick? You on vacation again, big dog? Okay, y'all, let's pivot. Let's pivot. This is what we're gonna do. This is what we're gonna do. We're gonna change up our audio right quick. Give me a second. Give me a second. Mic check, mic check. Y'all hear me? Yeah. We switched up on our audio. So yeah, we good now. Oh, in general, as far as news, man, that's a great question, KFB. Okay, so look, so news is a part of it. UPS related news, but we also talk about stuff dealing with FedEx, with Amazon, but primarily UPS. At the same time, we talk about jobs at UPS. We talk about jobs at FedEx, mainly UPS, like I said. Um, a lot of videos on the channel, it shows people or tells people if you want to drive one day for UPS, hey, this is how you do it. You know, what to expect if you're a new driver. We'll tell you how to do it. We'll tell you what to expect. We'll tell you who you need to talk to. And we kind of guide people along, but the news is just a part of it. So it wasn't the total motivation, but it's a big part of it, especially now with 2 years in. And, we try to keep people informed because as in any workplace, you get rumors here, you get rumors there, you really don't know what to believe. And a lot of times, most of the times, actually, stories change from ear to ear. And so you really don't know what to believe most of the time. And so what I do is I bring the information, I give my analysis on it, and we go from there. And we just had a conversation. So so news is a part of it, but it's not everything. But I do believe that there's a lot of people that's misinformed and they need the accurate information, and we try to bring it to them, and we try to give our creative spin at the same time. Because look, I'm gonna tell you right now, regular news, mainstream media is boring. You're up there like a robot. You're reporting on what's going on. I mean, yeah, I'm not saying people don't want to watch that, but you know, it's a little redundant. It's boring. It's dry. You know, it's all that, and sometimes it's like, okay, well, all right, well, thanks for the information. Now I'm gonna go to sleep now. But we try not to do that here at Brick Dot Media. But hey, thanks for the support, Kev B. This is my first time seeing you, if I'm not mistaken. But hey, I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're here, big dog. All right. Now, on top of all of these buyouts, I hope you guys are hydrated because it's hot out there. It's hot. I heard it's still very hot in the Northeast. On the East Coast, I heard it's still very hot. And y'all gotta y'all gotta stay hydrated, man. Forget these buyouts unless you're taking it, but stay hydrated, man. It's hot. We don't need anybody having a heat related injury, anybody falling out. Your family needs you, and if you don't have a family, I'm sure your dog or your cat needs you. But we got to take care of ourselves out there, and not just UPS. These FedEx guys, they don't have AC either. And some of the Amazon people, like they need to watch out as well. So um hey, Brian, Brian Ferris in the building. Hey man, how's your packet going? I know you still. Hey, how's your packet going, Brian? I know you was in your packet last time we talked. Hopefully everything is going well, and I hope you're being safe out there. And I appreciate the support. You have created a great source of information, community outside the workforce. Man, look, I tried, man, but I appreciate y'all. I will be nowhere. Brick Dot Media won't even be here if it wasn't for you guys. So I'm here for you guys. I work for y'all. So I'm gonna do the work. I'm gonna pass it on, and we're gonna get it popping, right? So emotions are flying. Emotions are going everywhere. People one word in particular is very popular: insulted. People feel insulted. Another word that's out there, devious. That's another word that's out there. And if you want my opinion, I think the buyouts are good. And like I said in one of my short videos this week, I said earlier before the letters went out, almost 2 weeks ago, right after the webinar, I say, look, whenever these numbers come out, they will be underwhelming, because when it comes to finances and financials, yes, UPS is a multi-billion-dollar company. We all know that. We know that. But they cannot afford to drop $500,000 on you, $500,000 on you, $500,000 on you, and y'all 20 over there, $500,000 over there. Oh yeah, we got 100 more people over here in Florida want to take it. They each want $500,000. They can't afford to do that. So I know I was asking at work. Hey, shouts out to Brian Smith. I was asking at work, hey, what's your number? Because believe it or not, we all have a number. We all have a number. I mean, even if it's $5 million, we all have a number. Even if it's 100,000, 200,000, a trillion, like Brian Smith said. I'm not sure who's backing up that truck, but we all have a number. And so the magical number that we all have, I said it at the beginning, the real number that they're going to offer you is going to be underwhelming. It's not going to come close to your number. And I was right. And so I say, like, the buyout offers are good. Now, people feel disrespected. Okay. I'm not going to tell you you're not allowed to feel that way. We all allowed to feel the way we want to feel, but you're not being forced to take it. So therefore, there's no disrespect, in my opinion. Now, most people disagree with me. That's cool. But at the same time, you're not forced to take it. And like I said on the earlier video I released today, I'm like, you could take it or you could not take it. You're not forced to take it. It's voluntary. And for the people that's saying it's disrespectful, or for the people that's saying, I feel insulted, I can't believe I want to choke somebody out, hey, you don't have to take it. You can get this paper right here. Hey, this is good quality paper too. It's nice and thick. You hear that? It's nice and thick. So they didn't go cheapo on the paper. They spent some money on the paper. Probably got it in bulk, I'm sure, right? You can take the paper. You can tear it up if you feel better about it. You can throw it in the trash. You can hang it on a wall. You can put it wherever you want to put it. But when it's all said and done, you can do what you want still. You don't have to take it. And so when it's not forced on us, we have our liberties, we have our freedoms. We could laugh at it. You know, we could take it to the restroom with us, and use it as toilet paper if you want. That's what you want to do. If that's your thing, that's fine, right? Do whatever you want to do with it. Or you could click the link. They got the website on there where you could check out the website, create a password, username, and you can sign up. You can sign up. You absolutely can sign up and get it. And if you don't hit the first wave, they say right here, if you don't hit the first wave, there's a second wave. In February of 26, you hit that second wave if you want it. Or if you want to think about it with your family, Hey, I'm not sure right now. I need some more time. You get some more time. But for the ones that's excited, jumping up and down, throwing a party, I'm sure they got buyout parties, right? Right. Some people throwing some parties, right? They're going to take it. And, shouts out to them. It's in their liberties to do so. And I'm sure once they get that big fat check after taxes, if it's something that they wanted to do, they're going to get the check and they're going to do whatever they need to do. And a person like me, or a person like my buddies at work who said that, man, miss me with that buyout. That's cool. We're going to tell them, look, enjoy your retirement. I wish you well. And so, yeah, somebody asked me, am I going to take it? I'm good because the buyout isn't for me. The buyout isn't for most of us full-timers. And I said this earlier, the buyout is probably for 1%, maybe 1.5% of full-time drivers. But for the most of them, the most of us, it's not even for us. Now, there's a plus if more than the 1.5% takes it. And I have a list in my mind. Look, believe me, I have a list in my mind of people that I work with. I'm not throwing anybody under the bus. I have a list in my mind of people that probably should take it. It's probably best for them to take it. I'm not even going to joke. But, people going to do what they want to do. So I said, I think it's good. So for that 1 to 1.5% of people that's maybe close to retirement, maybe they have 2 years left. I have a buddy of mine. He's been here over 40 years, well over 40 years. And he has 2 years left. Shouts out to him. Works hard. Works very hard. I think it'll work for him. Now, I don't know if he's going to take it or not, but I mean, it's in his right to take it, to exercise. And I think that's great for him because at the time of his career, I think he can take it and cruise off into the sunset and be like, you know what? This last year or year and a half, I'm not going to put my body through it. I'm going to go ahead and take this money and we're going to dash. He may or may not, but we'll see. But it's meant for those people because the way it's structured, if you got 5 years in, you got 5 years times $1,800, you're going to get the minimum, 10,000. Congratulations on your 10 racks. You earned it. But, the way it's structured is not meant for you. It's not meant for me. It's really not meant for people with 15 years either. It's meant for those people that's close to the end. They're like, man, I'm barely trying to hold on. I want to do like 2 more years. I want to do 3 more years. My body is telling me I got 1 in me, but I think I got 3 in me. Those people, those great people, it's for them. It's not for me. So to answer y'all question, I'm not taking it because it's not for me. And I do think for those who exercise their right to take it, I'm not going to shit on them. I'm not going to talk bad about them because it's in their right. And shame on other Teamsters that's going to shit on the people who decide to take it. I'm just saying, I won't be that person. And if I was to take it, you know what I'm saying? It's still my prerogative. So shouts out to them. Mr. Brian Smith, man, you working, bro? Oh, Brian Smith trying to get paid? Okay. Man, yeah, shouts out to Nick, man. Nick be repping, man. I appreciate you, Nick. Man, Nick, you got another vacation. How many more vacations you got after this, Nick? Because we was on a live stream a few weeks ago, man. You was on vacation. You was in the Bahamas somewhere. Look, I remember that, Nick. Brian Smith said, air him out. Look, man, I'm just saying, hey, people gonna do what they want to do. You know, you're always gonna have added pressure. You're always gonna have people trying to intimidate. Man, look, man, we're not in middle school, man. You know, we're all adults here. You know, people gonna do what they want to do. I'm not shaming anybody. I would never shame anybody for making a decision for their career. If your body is telling you no, you better listen. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, if you trying to do 3 more years and your body's saying, nah, fam, I got 6 more months, you better listen. You better listen. Cause look, we only got one body, man. And look, I've seen circumstances, guys, where people just retire too late. Man. I mean, I'm not saying too late, but they just wasn't able to enjoy retirement once they retired. They just kept working and working. And look, I'm all for working. I'm all for working hard, working as long as you can. I'm all for that. But at the same time, like you work all these years, you want to try to enjoy some type of retirement on the back end. So this is for those people. Help them along the way. Hey, you've put in 45 years. Hey, go take care of yourself. Go take care of yourself. Shouts out to Nick. Yeah, man, y'all hit the like button, man. Yo, Nick, I know you got 6 weeks a year. I'm asking, how many do you have left? I know you get 6 weeks. All right, so Brian, shouts out to Brian. He say he's still working next week. If I'm still working next week, I believe I pass. Safety is number one. Absolutely. Absolutely. You ran out of time today? Hey, look, it's cool. One thing about UPS, and this is not just a UPS, it's FedEx everywhere, Today is today, tomorrow is another day. So whatever happens today, you know, you have another one coming tomorrow that's gonna give you another opportunity. So it's never really the end until it's the end. But y'all know at UPS is never the end until you say it's the end. You know what I'm saying? It's never the end. Nick says, I'm thinking June, November next year, one every month. Yeah, man, I like that. I like that strategy, Nick. I like that strategy. I only get three. I only get three per year. I took spring break. I took one in June, and I got one in August. All right, so KLB said the paper was thick. It was it's thick, man. It's like you can use this as a straw. Probably if you fold it up right, roll it up. He kept thinking it was multiple pages. Hey man, shouts out to my UPS driver, man, that delivers my house, man. He great guy, really great guy. So he comes to my door with my letter, right? He said, "Yo, I got your buyout." So I open up my app. I see him there. He holding it, showing me. I'm like, all right, I got you, big dog. I appreciate you. You know, hey man, make sure you hide it so nobody could see it. I don't want my letter to be taken from my front door. You know what I'm saying? So he hid it for me. Make sure it was taken care of because I can't lose this. I can't lose it. Got to make sure I could reference it and open it up and make a whole video about it. But yeah, hey, shouts out to my driver, man. He's a great guy. He's a great guy. He always looking out for me. He always makes sure my packages are safe. Even when it's worth 500,000, right? Make sure it's safe for your boy, right? Brian Smith trying to get paid. Look, Brian Smith, man. Look, I know you, bro. I know you. I know you're not taking the buyout, but at the same time, you might need a little more time to think about it. You might come back in February talking about, hey man, I'm reconsidering. That sounds like something you'll do. Yeah, man, throw a comment, man. Let us know y'all here, man. It's a lot of people that hit me up, even at work and say, oh man, I caught the live. Man, it was great, man. This and that, this and that. But hey, man, let us know you here. So don't just hit the like button. I mean, shoot us a chat. Say, hey, what's happening? Like we want to know. So therefore, when we see your name pop up, we know who it is. We know who it is. Okay, so Nick say if Kev BFZ a part of management. Man, look, y'all, we don't discriminate. We don't discriminate here at Brick Dot Media, man. I know for a fact that members of management, they stop by, they might not say hello, but they stop by and, they might shoot us a like, because I talk to these people, We're not going to lunch together, nothing like that, but I talk to these people and I know they tune in. And it's great because, they need to be informed too. Um, you know, certain people have disdain for other people. I know our union members, have disdain for some members of management, and some members of management have disdain for some union members. I get it. But it's cool. Like we all chilling, we all vibing in here. We're not really holding any animosity towards anybody. We welcome everybody. And so if you're a member of management, need some information, we got you. We're not gonna say you're not welcome. We got you. But let somebody else know too. Hey, they need to get the information too. Let them know too, so they can come by and say hello. And we all good. We all good. Brendan, shouts out to you, man. How's it going, big dog? How's it going? Man, Nick said y'all had a driver that started in 1977. Man. Yo, Nick, I wasn't even born yet, big dog. 77? Wait, is he or she still working? They still driving? I assume so. You use present tense. Wow. Man. Man, look, they spend a lot of money on this paper. This paper thick, yo. Y'all hear that? Devious. Devious offer or insulting offer. I mean, those are some of the words that's being thrown out there. And I mean, I don't think anything's wrong with it. You know. Um, you throw spaghetti at the ceiling and see what sticks, or what is a spaghetti, pasta, tomato sauce, whatever it is. Throw it on the wall, see if it sticks. Throw it at the ceiling, throw it on the cabinet, whatever, see if it sticks. They're gonna try stuff, and obviously these buyouts is a way to try and you know see who takes it, see who bites. A lot of y'all go fishing, I'm sure. You throw the bait in the water. You hope for the best. You hope for the biggest fish possible. You throw it in there. You try to be patient and hope to get a good catch. That's kind of what it is. That's the same thing. See who bites. See who takes it. You do a round two. See what happens. It is what it is. Man, got that November vacay, Nick. I see you, big dog. Article 36, non-discrimination. Boy, Kevin got the articles and everything. Man, oh man. Jimmy Bones, shouts out to you. Jimmy said, I've been working for UPS for almost 36 years. Shouts out to you, man. Back to the top. 36 years. November 14th was supposed to be my last day. He's going to take the money and walk. He saw it as disappointing to some. He said he's tired. Look, man. Look, that man is tired. Jimmy Bones is tired, boss. Look, hey, 36 years. Shouts out to you. I'm going to hit you again. 36 years. Hey, man. Shouts out to you. Prime example. And you know what? I didn't even know about this, Jimmy. But I said it earlier. I said, look, man, if you towards the end and your body's saying, look, man, take the buyout. I mean, you got to do what's best for you. And obviously you're doing it. So if no buyout is offered, your last day was already planned. And this is a plus for you because, you get to get paid and you can sign on out. Chunk the deuce, you out of here, you get a bag, and you good. Jimmy is tired, y'all. And so for whoever chooses, and I'm not saying it's what happened, Jimmy, but for whoever chooses to talk down to Jimmy, to say, hey, you're not a real brother, Jimmy, I think that's lame. Yeah, I said it. I think that's lame because, Jimmy, I don't know your pain. Like, I don't feel it. I mean, if your knees are hurting, if your back hurting, look, if you're just tired, if you have no pain and you're just tired, like you said, I can't tell you you're not tired. I mean, dude. So, hey, shouts out to you. Enjoy retirement, man. I'm glad this came around for you because if this wouldn't have came around for you, you would have still been enduring until November, which is cool. But at the same time, you get a little, stipend on the end. Hey, I salute you, Jimmy. Shouts out to you. Absolutely. Man, yeah, man. Jimmy walked into this one big time. Big time. And I'm happy for you, bro. I'm happy for you because 36 years is nothing to sneeze at all. Okay, so Pony Up 214. What's the culture like at UPS? Does it feel unstable year to year, not just currently, but in general, year round? Man, look, you want to know the real Pony Up? You want to know the real? Oh, Pony Up said, Jimmy Bones getting 64 racks. Woo! Well, Pony Up did that math real quick. Okay, 65. Jimmy getting 65 racks, man. Shouts out to Jimmy, man. 36 years, man. I salute you, bro. So Pony Up is asking, what's the culture at UPS? You want me to answer that? Oh man, let me see if I can keep it in 500 words or less. Maybe 1,000. Ooh-wee. Okay, so what's the culture at UPS? It's hard to say, it's hard to place it in one word. But if I had to place it in one word, I would say it's a little chaotic, right? And not that having chaos is a totally bad thing, but there's so many moving parts. It's so many things going on. It's so many people involved in these operations. Like you get a lot of bad apples, you get some good apples. You get emotions involved. That's hard to ignore, right? So you have a lot of moving parts in these huge operations, and so it's a little chaotic. You have the union aspect, you have members of management. Okay, so they're being told from their boss that, hey, you need to do this, and this, right? So they have to, with the chain of command, they have to obey, or else they're next on the line. So they have to push it down to the person that's under them. In management, they push it down to union workers. And so it's chaotic. Then you have the union aspect. You have grievances. You got write-ups. You have paperwork flying back and forward. At the same time, you have human emotion. At the same time, you have work hitting you upside the head, right? It's hot. It's cold. You have people not doing what they're supposed to do, right? You have people trying to fire people because they feel a certain type of way. And so all of that together, it's like cooking, right? If you're in the kitchen, or you're trying to prepare food for a lot of people, you have all of these different ingredients. You got to put it together. You got to put it together at the right time, in the right order. You got to have the right pans, the right pots, right? You got to have the heat at a certain temperature, the oven at a certain temperature. You got to have clean dishes. You got to have room to maneuver around. It's sort of like that. It's a whole bunch of crazy chaos. And so you can't put it in one word, but that's the culture. Now, it'll vary from division to division, from center to center. It varies. A lot of it has to do with the way management is going to set the culture in that particular operation. But for the most part, they have to follow what they are told. And if they don't, that's your ass, right? And so it turns into chaos because of all of those dynamics. And like I said, you have human emotion, which you put in human emotion. Oh my gosh, you add that to anything, it's chaotic. But that's the way it is. People make good money, but that doesn't solve things. You still have trouble. You still have disagreements. You still have all of that stuff. And so it's not all negative, but it can be mostly negative a lot of times. I'm never going to sit up here and say that it's all this or it's all that, because it's never absolute. Nothing is never absolute. But you're going to get times where if you work there, whether you full-time, part-time, management, non-management, you're going to feel like, man, this sucks. And then you come back to work the next day and you be like, okay, I'm good again, right? But hey, that's the culture and that's what it is. And we deal with it. As full-time drivers, we get paid well. Part-time drivers, part-time workers get paid well too, especially as of late. But, we get paid well. But that's the culture. It's hard to sum it up in one word, but it's rather chaotic. But it's livable. It's livable. I only seen one person in my work area that really wanted to, in a serious fashion, that really wanted to quit because of work conditions. A lot of people talk shit. They're not going to do anything. But I've only experienced one person that really was serious about, like, hey, I don't want to come back here tomorrow, or I'm willing to resign because of A, B, C, and D. But for the most part, the other 99% of people, they good. They might be mad today, they'll be good tomorrow. Or when the check hit Thursday or Friday, they good. You know what I'm saying? They feeling better. But that's what it is. That's the culture. And major corporations, it doesn't matter. Small businesses, you have less people, you still have trouble. You still have disagreements. You still have BS floating around. So it's like that everywhere. You still gonna be people gossiping and I don't like him, I don't like her. It's the same stuff. It's just a bigger version of it, right? Where we at. Hopefully that answered your question. Pony Up 214. That's a cool name, by the way. Are you from the Dallas area? I'm just asking. I'm just asking. Jimmy Bones said 500 words. My brother, you need a separate stream for that talk. Yeah, man, you're right. I know that was more than 500, but I try to shorten it as much as I can. But yeah, man, the culture is ooh wee. Yeah, we can talk 2 hours about the culture. We absolutely can. We absolutely can. I better read that fine print on the offer letter. I can't even read. They will take half of taxes, man. Look, hey, but Jimmy done came up though, man. Man, Jimmy done came up. You know, it's gonna be some people hating, man, but Jimmy done came up straight up. Yeah, you're right, KLB. Every building is so different. Yeah, it depends on where you work. Now, I've been in two separate centers, and I can say this, and I know this for a fact because I live it. Um, my business managers, the two I've had, they're very different. I also interact with three other business managers at my building. Um, but you know, they all have the same boss. And so if their boss is one person, they give the orders down to the business manager, and the business manager, they do business how they want, but they still have to answer to the same person. And so it's different versions of it, but it's pretty much the same message. And from person to person, from manager to manager, you might see it might look a little different, but ultimately they have to answer to the same person. And so, you know, it can vary in that fashion. But, you know, a lot of times when you have you know, different division leaders, and, you know, they have a different way of doing things. And so that kind of trickles down to the business managers. But a lot of it's the same thing. A lot of it's the same thing because, I mean, this is a repetitive operation. It's the same issues come up all the time. It's the same problems that needs to be solved at every building. It's the same stuff. It's just a different version of it, you know, but it's the same stuff. The same stuff comes up. Same problems are everywhere. If it's considered like a bonus, Nick, yep, they taxing. But like I said, Jimmy's still coming up, y'all. And Jimmy is a secret sauce. Jimmy has come up. Jimmy said he ready to go. He's 59. He about to turn 60 next month. Shouts out to you. Shouts out to you. Jens 005 say F the buyout. Well, yeah, see. Hey, the people done spoke. Jen say F the buyout. And like I said, a buyout isn't for most of us. And I don't think the buyout's for you anyway. So, you know, it's not even. Rain say even the new guys laughing at this offer. Yeah, because it's not for them. It's like you can't convince me that, I mean, like and I said this to someone earlier. They were rather heated about the specifics of the buyout, and I believe they have maybe like 8 years in. They're 8 years in, right? And so I'm like, well, and I'm not trying to tell people how to feel, but I'm just giving my insight, you know. Um Maybe the way it's structured, the younger guys is probably, like I said earlier, they probably don't want you to leave. They want the older guys to leave because it's not structured that way. And so instead of looking at it as if, oh my gosh, I feel insulted, these numbers are nothing, why would I take this? Well, you don't have to. But at the same time, based on what these numbers are, obviously they don't want you to leave. Now, if you take it, you take it. Like they're not gonna be sad that you took it. But at the same time, like there's no monetary encouragement for you to leave. It's not there. So obviously you're not, because you're feeling a certain type of way. But at the same time, that message tells me that they don't want me to leave. It's about perspective. That's how I look at it. And so instead of being upset, you know, be like, yeah, man, UPS actually wants me to stay. I'm not saying that's true. I'm just being funny. But at the same time, like, they don't want you to leave. Those young legs, you still got some. Hey, you still got some in them young legs. They want those young legs. They need those young legs. You out here 30, 32 years old. Yeah, them legs still got some miles on them. They want those young legs. They wanna try to encourage, people like my guy Jimmy who put in work. They trying to encourage my guy Jimmy to get out of here, and Jimmy got a sweet deal. Sweet deal. Yeah. So yeah, it's you say after buyout, yeah, man, buyout's not for you, bro. You still good. I saw the light. Shouts out to you. Bomb Squad affiliate. It's good to see you, brother. Hey, Nick, hey, who's fighting tonight at UFC? I really don't watch UFC that much, but who's fighting tonight? I'm not sure. Let me know. Let me know. All right. Another part of these offers that are being offered, I'm gonna share my perspective. And we mentioned this. We mentioned this on the live last week. And I talked to my guys at work. And they I talk a lot, yo. I'm sorry. Well, no, I'm not sorry. But I talk a lot. And I don't always talk a lot of shit, but I do talk a lot. And so when it comes down to it, there's a lot of back and forth about who's greedy. Yeah, and that word greedy, you know what? I mean, what's the definition of greedy, y'all? I don't even know. I don't have my phone right now. But what is the definition of greedy? Because in my opinion, and this is my opinion only, it's my opinion only, the word greedy is being thrown out there describing UPS. We have to back up a little bit. We have to back up a little bit and understand that this is a business, major corporation. There's a reason why they've been around for so long, because the objective is to make as much money as possible. We in the United States of America, we live in a capitalistic society. And so when businesses go into business, they trying to make as much money as possible, right? And so not in it to lose money. If any of you guys in here has opened up a business, which I'm sure you guys have, you trying to make as much money as possible. You're not really trying to lose money unless you're trying to, build scale and stuff like that. Now, this three-party system, right? You have UPS, major corporation, you have Teamsters, and you have you, myself, trying to work, provide for ourselves, provide for our family. We want to fund our retirement, we want to fund our pension, all of that stuff, right? All three ways, all three ways, we are all capitalists. We all trying to get the best deal possible. Teamsters, shouts out to Teamsters. They do a great job. You know what I'm saying? Some people might disagree, but I think they do a good job. Okay. They're never gonna come and say, hey, you know what? Man, we're gonna charge you half union dues next week. Or we're gonna charge you half union dues for the next 6 months. That's not gonna happen. If anything, those union dues are gonna go up. And I'm not saying they don't deserve to go up, but they're gonna go up. You're not gonna get a break on your union dues. Because why? They work hard and they need to be compensated on the work that they do. I'm not mad at that. So ultimately, They trying to make as much money as possible, just like UPS, right? Chat, myself, Nick, everybody in the building, right? We get a raise. We know it's coming. We happy about it. We like, hey, fight for our raise. Hey, fight for our pension. We want to make sure we keep our health care benefits, all of that stuff. We fight for all of that stuff. Hey, we want all of that stuff laid out for us. We want that. I'm not taking a pay cut. You're not taking a pay cut. Don't cut my pay. You can't cut my pay. Why? Because I'm a capitalist. I'm trying to get as much money as possible. Like, I'm not going to show up to work and punch in and say, hey, man, I'm going to work 10 hours today, but hey, only pay me for 5. It's not going to happen. I want my 10 hours pay. I want my 8 hours straight. I want my 2 hours overtime. If you short me 2 minutes, I'm filing a grievance. Why? Because I'm a capitalist. I want the best deal possible. I want to make the most money possible. And so when I see, oh, you greedy. Nah, we all greedy. We all trying to make it. We all trying to make as much money as possible. If they say, hey, y'all gonna get a surprise raise next week, you know what I'm saying? Not our regular raise on the 1st of August, right? Let's say, hey, y'all gonna get a surprise raise next week. How many people is gonna turn that down? Nobody. Nobody's gonna turn that down. And so I think it's very disingenuous for anybody to say, look, man, you greedy. You shouldn't be. Nah, we all trying to get it. And that's a fact. We all trying to get it. Hey, don't short my check. I'm going to be pissed. Just like they say, don't steal time. They going to be pissed. Hey, Teamsters want their dues. You better pay up or else they going to be pissed. Knocking at your door. Hey, where our union dues at? I'm just saying. That's my 2 cents. That's my 2 cents because I see it all the time and I'm like, yo, who's falling for this? Who's falling for this? Look, it's easy to rile up the troops, man. People get emotional. I get it. We're humans. We are humans. I love it though. We get emotional. But sometimes we got to take a step back and say, you know what? Ooh-wee. Does this make sense? And this is why, well, this is one of the reasons. Well, this is not why, but this is one of the reasons why we started this channel, because we see a lot going on. And I say we, I'm talking about all of us, right? We see a lot going on that sometimes we got to address. And it's cool to have the dialogue, but when I hear stuff and it's just like, I hear what you're saying, but... And this is why the title of this live is A Deeper Dive, because we go deeper than these mainstream media sources giving you all of this surface level stuff, or the guy that truck is next to you giving you an earful about what they think about the buyouts before they even got the paperwork. And they're talking about $3,600 a year, which was wrong. But here we get it right. Oh, at least we tried to. So this is one of the reasons why we created the channel. We try to bring you the real. We try to keep you informed. We're looking out for you. And we're not going to shove anything up that you don't want. And that's not good for you. We don't do that here. We just give you the real. Just give you the real. Shouts out to the bomb squad, man. Shouts out to the bomb squad. Love you guys. Love you guys. And I don't use that word loosely. Because I could just sit up here and say anything. But I don't, because I don't have to. I do the work. I show you guys I do the work, and I'm here for you. And so I really don't have to say that. You guys see it. You guys see it. And like I said earlier, if it wasn't for you guys, I wouldn't even be here. This channel wouldn't even exist. So we appreciate everybody. If you're here for the first time, welcome. Welcome. If you like what you see, if you like what we're providing to everybody, hit the like button. We appreciate it. If you're here for the second time or the third time and you haven't subscribed to the channel, that's cool. We're glad you're here again. But if you subscribe to the channel, it'll show us that you like what you see. But if you don't, that's cool too. We're just glad you're here. But hey, let somebody know what we got going on over here at Bricked Out Media. Okay, so who's fighting? Okay, let's see. Yeah, Pony Up. Look, we all trying to max out, man. And who wants less? I mean, UPS is just like us, just on a larger scale. Like you guys, y'all do y'all bills, right? And I'm sure most people have budgets and the light company, they come over here and say, yeah, you owe us 600 for the month. I'm gonna be like, no, I don't. I'm not paying you 600 for electricity for the month. When my bill every month is 250, I'm not paying you 600. Why should I pay you 600? Why? Now, if you go ahead and pay the 600, shame on you. If you go out there, you got 6 hours of work, you do 12 hours, I'm not taking sides here. I'm just using this for an example, right? You got 6 hours of work, you go work 12 hours. They're going to be looking at you like, man, why you was out there 6 hours over? I mean, because they're trying to get it too, just on a larger scale. My check better not be short. My check hasn't been short in years. The only time my check was short was back in, I forgot what year it was, but I was I worked in another center, and in some kind of way my time card didn't get properly sent to the right center, something like that. And so that day I worked in a different center. My time wasn't on that for some reason, right? So it wasn't approved or whatever. And so my check was short. I noticed it right away. I made the proper adjustments. I notified the proper people, and they had to do a payroll adjustment, and they got it right. But that wasn't a good feeling. I felt like I was cheated. I felt like, damn, I came to work. I paid tolls. I sweat my ass off all day. I did 200 stops, and y'all not going to pay me? I felt away. Absolutely. But that's what we all feel. We feel cheated. We feel neglected. We feel like somebody takes it away from us. It's just like we feel away. We all like that though. We all like that. Shouts out to the bomb squad. Look, this whole buyout stuff, right? It'll fizzle out in a couple days. I give it another day and a half. It'll fizzle out because, people have expressed their frustrations or their disdain for whatever reason. And, it's all valid. Everybody going to feel how you're going to feel, But we have things that we're moving on to. So once this is gone, hey, push that to the side. Either you're going to take it or you're not. We're moving on. We might revisit it in a couple weeks. But outside of that, we have other stuff that we have to get to. I have things that are lined up for the channel that we have to talk about. Volume is still an issue. Not just in the UPS world, but in FedEx too. They are laying off too. So it's not just, I know the headlines are not got. I know the headlines are UPS is offering buyouts for the first time in 117 years. We hear it. right? We hear it. But that's not the only thing that's going on. It's a lot of other stuff that's going on too. FedEx are laying off people too. They're closing down facilities. It's not just UPS. It's the industry. All right. And I seen this video. A couple days ago, right? And I'm not gonna say the name of the platform, but I seen this video where this guy mentioned about volume is going up. I'm not sure if he's talking about the regular summertime volume because volume typically does go up in the summertime. We get that. I'm not sure if that's what he meant, but overall, volume is not up. It's not up. And so when I see stuff like that, and it's not accurate, you know. And this is part of my commitment to the channel to let you guys know, hey, we have other stuff to get to. This buyout stuff is cool. It's a hot topic. We're going to talk about it. Hey, I don't like it. I like it. Cool. It's good for some people. Great. But ultimately we have to move on to other stuff. I have a long list of stuff that we also have to get to in the coming days, in the coming weeks. And when I see the misinformation out in these streets, it's just like, man, like, well, that's not. But we'll bring it to the forefront here on the channel, you know, and we'll deliver it with our own spin. So I went to work on Friday, right? I work with some great people at work. Like I don't have issues with anybody at work. I know that might be hard to believe, but I don't have an issue with anybody at work. Anybody. But I go to work on Friday. I walk up to a table and it's three of my coworkers, really good guys, right? And they cutting up watermelon. Shouts out to them. They're doing it for the people. I have to commend that, right? They're cutting up watermelon for the work group. And one of them said, like, man, what happened to the live last night? I'm like, yo, you right. I said I was going to bring it to the forefront on a short video. I said, hey, we're going to go live tonight and talk about this buyout stuff. I did say that, but I decided to pivot and wait just because I found out that these letters were in the system going out and we had to be 100% sure on the figures before we bring it to the forefront and report. And so I apologize to those guys. I say, look, you're right. I had to take a little more time to make sure we're delivering the accurate information. So I owe that to the bomb squad to make sure we're 100%. And so I turned to one of my other coworkers and say, look, I love doing this. And on top of me love doing this, I also have a commitment because it's going to be the factual information. I deliver that. And I also deliver my opinion and my spin on things. And so I can't have one without the other. I'm not going to give my opinion on something and I don't have the facts. And if I don't have the facts, I'm not going to give my opinion on something, right? And so I need both. And at the time, I didn't have both. So guess what? We're responsible. We try to be. We try to be responsible and have everything for you guys because I feel like it's a disservice to you if I come here half stepping and be like, man, I don't know. Hey, y'all tell me what's going on. And then it's y'all show, right? So I owe it to you guys. So I apologize because I let them down, but at the same time, I needed to make sure we were 100. I had to make sure of that. And so that's why we do it. All right. Shouts out to the bomb squad. Dooley. Man, I see you. Hey, you still working on Saturdays, Dooley? I see you. Shouts out to you. Okay, so Dooley say he might get a layoff off a preload, but he still get to drive on Saturday. Look, man, at least you still in the game. At least you still in the game, Dooley. Hey, man, we rooting for you, big dog. Stay in the game, Dooley. You got it. You got it. Longtime supporter, Dooley the Bully, Nick Martin. Man, shouts out to y'all. Pony up 214, man. It's my first time seeing you, but thanks for the support. We appreciate it. And so, as far as this buyout stuff, you know, we could talk about this for another hour and a half, 2 hours, but we don't need to because we kind of uncovered everything that we need to. To sum it all up, it's not for everybody. It's not for most of us. It wasn't intended for most of us. And so therefore, in my opinion, I don't think we should feel offended or whatever because it wasn't for you. It wasn't for you. If you feel offended, it probably wasn't for you. If you feel like it's a good deal, then guess what? It's probably for you. And those people are going to take advantage. If they feel like it's a good deal, they're going to take advantage. And the people that don't feel like it's a good deal, they don't have to, and they won't take it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's me. Shouts out to you, big dog. Long time supporter, man. We appreciate it, yeah. Yeah, pony up, man. Look, hey, thanks for being here, bro. And so wrapping all of this up, look, we have bigger fish to fry, and we're gonna fry it. Hey, personally, I don't fry fish, but I like to eat fried fish, right? Whenever it's available and it's good, you know. But we have other issues, y'all. We have other issues. A supporter of the channel messaged me a few hours ago, said, hey, what do you think about the contract in 2028? What do I expect in 2028? New contract. So I wasn't expecting that question from this guy, but I appreciate it. And I actually like being blindsided by stuff like that because it makes me think. It allows me to sit down, relax, and really, really think about some things because I really wasn't thinking about that. Looking at the landscape and seeing what I'm seeing, what's going on right now. Last contract, you know, they addressed the 9-5 stuff and excessive overtime. I get all of that. There's a lot of big issues that were tackled. But me, what I'm looking at now is everything that's being cut. There's no growth. And if there is any growth, it's slow growth. And trust me, guys, I've done the research. I look at financials. I deep dive into this stuff. Now, what's being predicted is very slow growth between now and 28, or even between now and late 26. You're looking at slow growth, very slow growth, a lot lower or a lot slower than normal. That's not good. I'm not trying to sound the alarm, but I'm just saying, like, if profits keep coming in, well, profits will keep coming in. If you cut, like what's happening now, they're cutting. You know, some people might think that, oh, well, there's growth because profits are up. No, slow that down. Slow that down. When you do your budget at home, which a lot of us here do, you know, we do our finances. You do your budget at home. You say like, man, we're spending too much money over here. You start cutting stuff, you know. The money left over might look a little more, or you might be more at ease with it, but you're not bringing any more money in. it just looks better because you're cutting more. And so that's kind of what's happening here. Yes, the profits are still going to come because you're cutting and you're saving here and there, but at a certain point, you can't cut anymore. So once you're not able to cut anymore and there's no little to no growth, then what happens? And so my buddy asked me this on the channel, said, look, what do you expect in 2028 for the new contract? And I'm like, well, I got to get back to you. But now I'm mining it out live right now. I think that's going to be the biggest challenge. The little to no growth for the company. And they will probably already be at a point to where it's going to be hard to cut even more. And so that's going to be tough. And we might see it as far as wages. You know, it might be a slower increase in wages. As far as, you know, the healthcare benefits, I'm not going to say it'll be compromised, but when there's more little at the table to negotiate with, you know, some things might get compromised. And so, like, I think that's the biggest concern. If I mean, the experts, you know, the analysts, and you know, I follow the experts, I follow the analysts, I follow the financials of the company. And if they're not seeing these opportunities of growth, if they're not seeing it, where is it going to come from? So, like, that's my biggest concern. Peak season is going to be peak season. We all get that. But at the same time, it's just like, where's the growth going to come from? And I'm not saying they're not working on this. I'm sure they are. But me on the outside looking in and deep diving into whatever's going on right now, that's the biggest challenge that I see. It might not be this major wage increase. And then again, it might be. We don't know. But I think that's going to be the biggest challenge come 2028. Well, even before 28, because they'll probably start negotiating towards mid to late 2027. And so that's how I see it. And that's a part of my motivation for this channel, to make sure that, you know, we get into the information and we bring it to you guys as accurate as possible. And Pony Up said, when I'm getting AC in my truck, they stalling. Yeah, well, they put in orders every year for trucks. And then so based on the contract stuff, is all the trucks that were built in 2024 supposed to be supplied with AC. But, you know, we know there was an order of trucks was put in 23, right before 24 started. So a lot of those trucks are out right now and they don't have AC. And so I got a new truck a couple of years ago. I'm not getting a new truck for a while because I only have like 50,000 miles on it. But eventually those trucks that were built in 24, they will start trickling out, because they're not going to throw trucks away just because they're trying to make way for trucks with AC. That's not going to happen. You wouldn't do it if you were a company either. So it's going to be it's going to be a wait. It's going to be a wait, because those trucks that are in service right now with no AC, they're going to have to trickle out, and the ones with AC are going to have to trickle in. And we all know, I know a lot of us in here who are drivers, we know that, man, sometimes they hold on to these trucks way too long, to where, like, hey, you're going to have to go out with 3 tires today and we might replace it tomorrow. We'll see. But a lot of times they run these trucks in the ground, which I get it. If you have an asset that's paid off, you run it till the wheels fall off. Literally, you don't want to throw it away. It's still getting you from point A to point B and delivering packages. You want to hold on to it until you need another transmission. Then you might throw it away. But until then, run it. And that's how they run it, which, you know, like, I agree with that. So Jimmy Bone said they just got through with AC last month, a new tractor last week. Yeah, so fine. Okay, so look, hey, Jimmy said they got some new stuff trickling in over there. That's good. I did see a post, which it was kind of an uproar about not having AC, but it's just like I think that's all for cloud. I think that was all for cloud because if you know what was agreed on in 23, you should understand why all buildings don't have AC trucks right now. Like, I mean, a lot of times it's common sense, man. But yeah, man. So Jimmy Bone said they got three package cars with AC. Showed up last month. I'm gonna tell y'all. Hey, look, I'm gonna tell y'all right now. Like, I don't really. Like, I don't. It'll be nice when those AC trucks come through, and I'm clearly not the highest seniority driver in my building, or not even my center, but I know when them trucks come through, I'm sure I could grab one whenever they come through. But I'm not gonna be like that. I'm gonna stand in line and I'm gonna wait for mine to come. I'm not gonna skip the line. I'm saying that now, but my plan is to not skip the line. We'll be patient. We'll be patient. Yep. Yeah, man. So we'll have AC in the cab, and I don't know how that's gonna work. I mean, I guess it'll feel good, but I don't like opening and closing my doors, man. I don't like that. Them doors are yeah. That's an extra open and close each stop. No bueno. No bueno. And that's why we have the bulkhead doors. They open by themselves because we don't have to manually go and open them. We have to close them, but I mean, hopefully one day we can get bulkhead doors that are closed by themselves. That'll be awesome too, because I hate closing the bulkhead door. I mean, I close them, but it's just a motion that you just like, oh my gosh, I'm tired of doing this. Yeah, yep. Hey, shouts out to the bomb squad, man. We appreciate y'all. Um, we appreciate y'all. Like I said, we have a list of stuff we have to get to. Probably won't do another live stream on this buyout stuff unless y'all want me to. Unless I go to work on Monday and I got 5 drivers say, "Man, look, I signed up." Then you know what I'll do? I'll interview those drivers and we'll bring it here and we'll review the interviews on Bricked Out Media. But I doubt it. I doubt it. I doubt it. I have one guy that's in my building. I think he might take it just because I had conversations with him personally and I know his circumstances and you know he was considering it even before we got you know these these bag sheets. You know what I mean? I call them bag sheets. So unless like I said, unless I go to work on Monday and people come up to me talking about they about to take it or they signed up to take it, then we'll bring them to the forefront. You know what I mean? If they want to be on camera, and we'll interview them, and then we'll review those interviews here on the live. Shouts out to Brian Smith. All right, y'all. Hey, look, enjoy the rest of y'all weekend. We have wait, another thing. One more thing before I leave. I'm sorry. One more thing before I leave. I made a video about this and we're gonna release it. We're gonna release it next week. In fact, I'm gonna release it on Friday. Talking about, we have the buyouts in the media that's floating around right now. But you also have these job postings. Now, I know there's a lot less job postings than we're used to seeing this time of year at UPS. But there's still job postings. And it puzzles some people because, like, well, man, how they trying to get rid of some of y'all through buyouts and they still have job postings? We'll talk about it on the video. It depending on where you at in the staffing situation. Look, I'm gonna be honest with y'all, right? I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I was on a job website maybe 2 nights ago, right? And I seen this job came up. A lot of y'all know I'm in the Houston area, right? I seen this job came up in the Dallas area, not in the small pack division, in a different division of UPS. And I was like, oh, wait, what is this? Now they don't say how much it pays, but I said I could really, I know I could do this job, you know? I meet all the qualifications. I'm not sure if it's still up, but I met all the qualifications. It's not a driving job though. It's not a driving job. It's a different type of job. I say I know I could do this job and I'll be great at it. So I was actually considering. A lot of y'all might think I'm crazy. Like, why would you walk away from full-time driver at UPS? I get it. But sometimes my life presents opportunities to where at some point that might be a good option to take. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. So the video I'm releasing on Friday is going to talk about how, everybody's seen all the cuts and all of that stuff, the layoffs, 20,000 job cuts, now the buyout stuff. Now, people seen all of that stuff. So they have one idea of what's going on. Like they're trying to trim all of the fat, but at the same time, there's still job openings. And so people get puzzled because they don't know what to believe. They don't know what's real, but we'll break it down in the video. So that's going to release on Friday. Most likely I'll see you guys before Friday. Because like I said, we got to get to other stuff. And like I said, if we have to bring this buyout stuff, if I see anything egregious online, you know what I'm saying? I might pop up and be like, look, I have to give my 2 cents. And I really like giving my 2 cents on a live stream just because it allows us to engage in real time. And if I say something egregious, and you disagree, you let me know in real time. And I appreciate that. All right. So, hey, everybody, thanks for tuning in. Enjoy the rest of y'all weekend. And look, make sure you guys hydrate. I can't express that enough. And look, the only reason why I got a hoodie on right now is because I'm upstairs, a little chilly up here, right? But make sure you guys hydrate. We need everybody. Your family needs you. Your pets need you. If you have a dog, you have a fish, you have a turtle. Even if you don't have family, your pets need you at the same time. I'm sure your neighbor loves you. Maybe. But you have to take care of yourself. All right. We want to see you back on the next live. All right. All right. Let's see what's going on in the chat before we get out of here. Dooley said, West Sac, night shift and twilight. Hella people got laid off and hella people got bumped off a preload. Man, look, it seems like it's the bumping Olympics over there, man. Hey man, stay strong, Dooley, man. Hang in there. And it sounds a little chaotic. It definitely sounds a little chaotic. We rooting for you, bro. I know you've been through a lot, and I'm sure you'll continue to persevere. I know you will. And so shouts out to you. And hey, keep us updated on what's going on over there. We want to hear about it. All right. We want to hear about it. Jay Bertrand, man, it's my first time seeing you. Hey, man, welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Glad you're here. Say thanks, awesome job, different points of view, a valuable, great show. Local 25, 33 years of service, man. Jay, shouts out to you. 33 years of service. That's a long time, man. And that's a long time, man. A lot of people don't make it to 33 years at UPS, man. Believe it or not. I know people don't be, people don't fall off like talking about, but man, it's a grind to make it that long. So shouts out to you. Yeah, Dooley Bully. Yeah, shouts out to you, man. Yeah, pony up, man. Hey, want to see you back here again. Thanks for joining us. We appreciate the love. You too, KLB. Shouts out to you, Jimmy Bones. Oh, you need the hoodie, Jimmy? Jimmy, I got you, man. Look, hey, hit the link in the description, man. I could probably hook you up with a retirement promo. Hey Jimmy, shoot me an email, brickedout@gmail.com. I could hook you up with a retirement promo for your hoodie, and we'll get you taken care of. Jimmy, hit me up, big dog. I appreciate you too, Dooley. Nick, I don't know if Jimmy got the AC truck or not. You know what I'm saying? Jimmy did not say he got the AC truck. He said 3 showed up last month, but he didn't say if he got one, you know. But either way, Jimmy out in November. But Jimmy probably should go and test out one of those trucks and let us know before he gets out in November. Oh no, he's leaving before November because he's taking the package. He's taking the bag. Jimmy Bones is taking the bag. Clutch Cody from St. Louis. Shouts out to you, man. It's good to see you, brother. Nick said he got 10 more years. Nick said, hey, Jimmy, don't retire. You got AC. Don't retire. Jimmy not trying to do 46 years. Jimmy Bones, hit me up, man. Brickedout@gmail.com. Anybody here in the chat, man, y'all got to hit me up for whatever. If y'all need me to cover something, need me to break down stuff, man, y'all let me know. If you like the hoodies and you want a different color, hit me up, brickedout@gmail.com. And I might even tell you when we're going to do the sale. So y'all let me know. All right. Hey, good night, everybody. Hey, thanks for joining the stream. We'll appreciate it. Everybody be safe. And like I said, it's always a pleasure to be in front of you guys. We appreciate everything. Bricked Out Media. We out of here.